the Christopher Ward C65 Super Compressor Elite. It looks really, really cool, but first, I'm not a watch expert. I'm just a watch nerd. So if I get anything wrong, or you just want to abuse me in the comments, abuse me or accuse me down there, then do so. And whilst you're down there, why not like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video, and why not click that join button? That would be amazing. So, Christopher Ward have made what, Terry? What type of watch is it?
It's a diver. It's a compressor.
It's a compression diver, which is really, really cool because you don't see a lot of compression divers anymore. And there is a reason for that. But first of all, what is a compression diver? If you're unfamiliar with what a compression diver is, it's essentially, as you get deeper, the pressure on the case builds. But the case is designed to compress to address that pressure. So essentially, when descending, water pressure builds around the watch and presses the case back against an O-ring gasket, which is included within the three-piece construction. The really cool thing about this specific compression diver, if you turn it over, you can't see the movement, but you can see the O-ring gasket, which is really, really cool. The spring is only 300 microns thick, roughly 4 times the thickness of a human hair. Also, if you turn it over, in the center of the case back, there is an EPSA logo stamped into the center of the case back, around which you can see the compression case spring. Lovely, love it. So all of that does beg the question of what is the water resistance of this specific watch? It's only, with an asterisk, that's a hashtag, it's only 150 meters, okay? Makes my point. Compression divers aren't really necessary anymore because we have the material science, we have the seal technology and stuff to just not make it really necessary. But having said that, it is a really, really, really cool piece of technology. And it's just nice to see them and have them. I mean, JLC has the Polaris. So honestly, even if you can get more water resistant watches out there, I don't care. The thought of it being a genuine compression diver is exciting if you're a watch nerd because it's cool. No way. It's cool. So let's go through some more specs because they are important. What's the case diameter? It's 41 millimeter. It's very, very nice. What's the thickness? It's 13.75 millimeters. So it's got a bit of heft. It's got a bit of thickness, but don't mind that. It's a dive watch, vintage styly after all, and I like it. Lug width is 22 millimeters, so it's got a hefty lug width. But we'll talk about bracelet and strap options in a little bit. The movement is one that Christopher Ward really likes using. It's actually an upgraded SW300-1 COSC certified movement. So if you are looking for that chronometer accuracy from this watch, you won't be disappointed, rated at -4 plus 6 seconds a day. Because it has that SW300-1 movement, also has a power reserve of 56 hours, which again, we like that. And a case weight, we'll mention it, 72 grams. Nothing really there to complain about. Getting into the aesthetics of the watch for a moment, the inner dial plays, I don't know how to say this or anything without just reading it verbatim. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to read it verbatim from the press release. The inner dial plays homage to a dive timer scale with orange and light blue hands that contrast against a deep blue base. Stroke the mustache, get it out of my mouth. Doesn't say that, I just needed to do it. Whilst dive computers are now commonplace for ensuring safety across dives, compression scales were once used to calculate the required decompression period for dives at any certain depth in order to avoid the effects of decompression sickness. So the diver simply identifies their dive depth in meters or feet at 12 o'clock and follows the corresponding ring around the dial. So essentially, it has a dive timer scale in orange and light blue bands around the watch as well. It's a really cool feature if you like that. So essentially that's just another aspect of the watch that is vintage feeling, inspired by dive watches of old. Love that. Love that. Love that. It's excellent, it's cool, it looks super funky. One aspect of the watch that I do think could be improved somewhat is if you have a look at the lume present on the watch, because it is a diver, it is lumed, that is necessary. The lume pips for the hour markers are very, very small. Very, very small. Hands are very nicely lumed. I think the indices could use a bit more lume, if anything. What is nicely lumed though is that inner rotating bezel that is functioned by one of the two crowns. So one of the crowns, as with like the JLC Polaris or the Longines Compression-esque diver, can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Legend Diver, actually. It looks like a compression diver, but it's not. The inner bezel is functioned by one of those two crowns. Same with the Martin Baker or the Bremont Argonaut. I think that's a really cool feature. I like it. Back to strap options. We mentioned we'd cover it. There's 3 different strap options. As always, Christopher Ward likes to spoil us with strap options. So these are actually quite a lean offering. You've either got a light blue Aquaflex, which I'm assuming is a rubber strap. You've got a bi-colour Tropic, a really nice sort of rich blue, rimmed by orange, or you've got their Beta bracelet. If you want pricing, that is £1,405 on the rubber, that's £1,395 on the bi-colour Tropic, or it's £1,560 on the 3-link Beta bracelet. And what should you always get your watches on, Terry?
You should always get it on a bracelet.
You should always get it on a bracelet. Terry learnt the hard way. You should only not buy your watch on a bracelet if you are certain you will never want a bracelet.
I was certain at the time, and what am I doing right now? I'm wearing it on a bracelet.
Terry is wearing his June GMT on a bracelet because I was right. And I'm a genius. So overall, my thoughts, really nicely spec'd, lots of nice vintage features. It's just a cool compression diver, genuine compression diver at a good price, chronometer certified. What's not to like? With a really nice, bright, bold styling that I like to see. Maybe people would like to see a more toned down version. I can understand that. But for now, having this in the lineup looks great. What are your thoughts, Terry?
I like the aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's very bright.
It is very bright.
I like the dial. I like the sort of orange. Is it orange and blue?
Yeah, the combination of the orange and blue is lovely. And I always like an inner rotating bezel. Right, guys, you know what to do. Let me know what you think down in the comments. As always, I will reply to them all. It just might take me 4 or 5 days. Sometimes, depends how I'm feeling. But also, whilst you're down in the comments, why not like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video, and why not click that join button? Would be very much appreciated. And whilst we're on the subject of the join button, thank you very much to our members on screen now. You guys are the best. You make us smile every single day. And to everyone else, you make us smile too just by watching these videos, and watch yourselves.